policies that have been put forward by both the FNM and the PLP government, monetary policy in particular. We introduced gambling. We have to look at the fact that the Bahamian people voted in a referendum as to the direction that we should go. It just so happens that the international community agrees with that direction of the referendum. The local Chamber of Commerce, the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce, as well as the local Bahamian banks also weighed in as the direction we should go with our monetary policy. We are currently in a position where we have acted against that advice, and even the international community, the IMF, the IDB, all have put forward statements within the last few weeks that have not been monitored very closely because we are in a dire state right now. Our currency is literally on the verge of potentially being devalued. If you were to do a Google search, value of the Bahamian dollar, you would see that over a long period of time it was stable. But you would see 2015, 2016, you would see the fluctuation, even in a simple Google search. So this is truth. This is not just our opinion. This is not just political jargon. This is the position that we find ourselves in. So really, a vote for the BCP is really another vote in the vein of the referendums that took place. The next vote should be a BCP vote. That's the closest thing that the Bahamian people have indicated the direction that we want to go in. If you were to go to the international airport in Florida, go to the travel exchange, you will not be able to change Bahamian currency. You will be able to exchange Jamaican currency, you will be able to exchange Haitian currency, but you will not be able to exchange Bahamian currency. If you go to the Bank of America website, you will not find the Bahamian flag. You will find the Jamaican flag. Wachovia, Wells Fargo, TD Bank, you go to their websites. Missing is the Bahamian flag. And I put it to the Bahamian people that the international community is against the position that we have placed ourselves in monetarily. This is a dire situation.
For clarification, people debating this, the placement that we put ourselves in. Could you just expand on that?
Okay, the Bahamian people voted no against gambling. What is the issue with gambling? You cannot verify the source of the income. This is why our local banks do not want to uh, take deposits of that nature. It's the same internationally. If one were to try to wire $10,000, $20,000, it is very difficult to establish the source of those funds. Now that's the internal situation. Externally, listen carefully, Bahamas. The the outside investment world is saying that there's political interference with investments that come to the Bahamas. What does that mean? Political interference. We don't want to put words to that statement, but the political interference causes international corporations investment possibilities to stay away from the Bahamas. So we don't want to cast aspersions. You know, that's a favorite term in the parliament of today. FNM and PLP do not cast aspersions. Mean don't slander or say anything negative about us. But I'm just saying what the international community is saying. Why have we been struggling 7.5 years with one investment in Bahama? We have to examine that. One mega resort, albeit, but why is there only one resort? Is the Bahamas only attracting one large investor? I say no, but they're all staying away because of the political climate and the interference politically that they describe. You will not have that under BCP government. You will have transparency. We will follow through with the Fiscal Responsibility Act. For now, I'll end with that comment. There is no fiscal responsibility within the last two administrations that we have had, and that plays a part in weakening our attractiveness to international investment.
Just for further clarification with the number houses as you called it. The government, the former Christie administration, they went a long way to present legislation to help back up these quote unquote number houses. How do you view that legislation when you look at it from an international perspective?
It is against our constitution. Mr. Christie has to ask himself if gambling is in line with a respect for Christian values. He has to ask himself if gambling is going to increase the amount of money in the households of Bahamians. What is gambling actually doing? The the negative impact far outweighs the benefit. Far outweighs the benefit. It is not sustainable. Gambling is not sustainable. It drains the economy, and it actually brings a low morale to the nation. So part of the low morale that we have is related to resources going away. Let me remind the Bahamas also that Mr. Christie promised us that we would be owners of hotels. That is what he presented. Uh, Seeking, I believe, to come across more like Sir Lyndon Finland, who said what he would do and did what he said. Now we have a government that says what they would do, but does the opposite. We were told that electricity would be lowered. That didn't happen. Now we're being told that it's going to be free. What are we to believe? So let me go back to Bahamianization. The BCP is for Bahamianization. We believe it. We don't only speak it, but this is what we're going to bring back to the Bahamian people. The morale of the Bahamas will not increase until you see a government like the BCP which truly empowers the Bahamian people instead of telling them that they would become owners and then like a carrot on a stick, wave the stick and hand the carrot to Chinese, Indians, whoever. We're not against Chinese, we're not against Indians, we're not against. We're just for the Bahamians who have not been empowered by the previous administrations, plural.
Thank you.